Hello YouTube, I'm Tim and welcome to part 5 of my DVD and Blu-ray update. I believe it's part 5 I'm on now. It's been a while since I last did an update video for July. I've just been very busy right now. Things have been a little bit hectic. Things aren't as great as they usually are, so just bear with me. But I'm trying to think. I want to be sure that I'm on part 5 now. So I'm checking my YouTube channel. Let's see, for July, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's actually part 4 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for July 2018. So this will probably be the last part of this July update. Unless I get the replacement disc from Thunderbeam Animation, which seems that they're just taking their dear sweet time sending to me that replacement EVDR, those classic cartoons. I had it in a DVD Blu-ray combo pack, but both the DVD and Blu-ray were manufactured on demand discs, and the DVD I tried playing on the computer, it wouldn't play, and it wouldn't play on a Blu-ray player either, but the Blu-ray I know would play on my Blu-ray player. So, show off what I've got in the past week or so. It's not much, but it's gonna look like a lot because there was some stuff I wanted to get down from the bookcase in my room where I keep a bunch of DVDs. So, only a few. There's a couple Blu-rays at the top of the stack of discs. Only the 2 Blu-rays on the top are new stuff I got this month. The DVDs in the stack I've had for a while. But I got those out for a reason. And then I've got another stack of DVDs right here with one Blu-ray DVD combo pack that I bought, or that was pre-order I've been waiting on, but this is going to start out with mainly just Blu-rays. And it's really, even though it looks like I've got a lot there, it's not a whole lot to show off this time. So, first up, a couple things I got from Shout Factory. We had, when I ordered direct from Shout Factory, is a Blu-ray edition of, it's either, yeah, it's a 1980 music-themed cult movie that stars Meat Loaf, who played Eddie in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then it's got Alice Cooper, Blondie, Roy Orbison, and Hank Williams Jr. and more on this movie. It's called Roadie from 1980, and extras on this are very, very light. You just get audio commentary from the real Travis Redfish, James Big Boy Medlin, and his writing partner Michael Ventura. And this is region A locked in 1080p HD, and it's in 1.78 widescreen. Rated PG, 106 minutes. And the Hollywood Reporter listed as calling Roadie great music, hilarious comedy, everything a rock and roll movie should be. So you see Alice Cooper, and you see Debbie Harry, and then Meatloaf, and a couple other people. But bands make it rock, roadies make it roll. Meatloaf, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, stars as Travis Redfish, a beer truck driver turned greatest roadie ever in this rollicking rock and roll film with live performances by Khaki Hunter, Alice Cooper, Blondie, Roy Orbison, Hank Williams Jr., and Asleep at the Wheel. Roadie is a non-stop ride on the wild side. Directed by acclaimed filmmaker Alan Rudolph, Mortal Thoughts, who keeps the spirits high and the tone good-natured from start to finish. The Onion AV Club, Roadie makes terrific use of its rock star-studded cast on its fast-paced and fun-filled journey to its final high-octane finish. Take the ultimate trip with one of the greatest rock and roll sagas now in high definition on Blu-ray. It's copyrighted, it's 1980 Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios, MGM, but it says that Shout Factory licensed the film from 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, so Fox is pretty much, or 20th Century Fox, now I heard they're called 21st Century Fox, and I believe the federal government gave the okay for Disney to buy them out, so that's gotten some people nervous, as Disney might keep all the genre, horror, and sci-fi stuff that Fox owns locked away in the vaults, but they might re-release the original Star Wars on Blu-ray again, though. So, Roadie, from licensed to Shout Factory from 21st Century Fox. That's what they're called now. And then one title I pre-ordered from Shout Factory that wasn't going to come in till the 31st, but they said order it directly from us. We'll ship it 2 weeks early. It's the Blu-ray edition of the English-dubbed Italian creature feature horror flick that was directed by James Cameron until he got fired. So it is and it isn't the first James Cameron film. I mean, technically it counts as being his first film, but since he got fired, he's pretty much known as just directing The Terminator as his first film. But it's Piranha 2: The Spawning, the sequel to the Roger Corman produced Joe Dante film. This is directed by Ovidio Assonitis, who I thought was Italian, but I believe he's Egyptian, but he lives in Italy. But Shout Factory had tried to license this film from its foreign rights holder, and since Sony picked up the Columbia Pictures film library, and this was pretty much just a Columbia picture here in the States, Sony made a copyright claim and won, so Shout Factory had to go through Sony to get it out on Blu-ray, which is a good thing, because a while back Sony had done their own special edition, well, what was Columbia TriStar Home Video at the time, but which is now just Sony, had done their own DVD of Piranha 2: The Spawning, which is also called Piranha Part 2: The Spawning, and it's also called Piranha 2: Flying Killers. But this one was reformatted for the older bubble TV sets, standard definition TV sets, where if you wanted to watch something in widescreen, you either had to get a DVD or a VHS tape that was letterboxed. Otherwise, you got a widescreen movie on home video that was cropped into a 4x3 full frame. And this DVD just has the movie in full frame with just trailers for other movies available from Sony. And then just English audio, and then English, Spanish, Thai, Chinese, and Portuguese subtitles. So this DVD that Sony put out on their own wasn't that great. I mean, you could watch it, but you're not getting the full widescreen experience. But, of course, the original Piranha was put out in 1978 by Roger Corman's New World Pictures. It was Roger Corman production. It was first put out on DVD in a open matte full frame. And this is the old DVD I bought a while back, used at FYE. It's open matte full frame, so this in theaters, in drive-in theaters, this was matted to a widescreen format. TV, cable, and home video, full frame, open matte. Then Roger Corman later had nothing to do with the sequel. The sequel got made without any of Roger Corman's money, but without any of the same actors as the original film, other than you get piranhas eating people, but this time the piranhas are scarier because these suckers now fly. So that's the cover art for the Shout Factory Scream Factory Blu-ray, and it does reverse to something not as scary, just a part of somebody's body, somebody swimming in the water. You just see their legs, maybe the back of their head in the water, and then you just see the piranhas down at the bottom of the water about to attack a person. But this Blu-ray has the film in a widescreen format, so it's not pan and scanned, and it's not open matte. It's the 1.85 widescreen format that it was projected as in theaters when Columbia Pictures released this. And of course, I think I already mentioned this, it was an Italian production. You've got a few American actors, but pretty much everybody was dubbed or post-dubbed into English, so the audio syncs a little bit off, and you get a bunch of Saturday morning cartoon-sounding voices dubbed over people. And you just get a lot of crazy things in this, but it's rated R like the original, but seems a lot sleazier since you get more female nudity, but it's always ends up being either some really ugly chicks, or it ends up being some pretty chicks, but they end up being really pretty chicks that are just stuck-up bitches. Sorry to say that. So you can pretty much guess that the stuck-up chicks in this, no matter how sexy they look, end up becoming piranha food. This has a few extras. It's got a new 2K scan of the original camera negative, new interviews with actor Ricky Paul Golden and special effects artist Brian Wade. I believe the trailer is under the alternate release title Piranha 2 Flying Killers rather than Piranha 2 The Spawning. This stars Trisha O'Neill, Steve Marichuk, and Lance Henriksen. And this runs 94 minutes at 1.85 anamorphic widescreen in 1080p HD, rated R, region A locked. And it looks like this came out in 1982, but it's copyrighted in 1981. It may seem like paradise, but just offshore, a new brand of terror has been unleashed. While investigating the mysterious death of a diver, scuba instructor Anne Kimbrough, Trisha O'Neill, Are You Alone in the House, makes a horrific discovery. Mutated piranhas with wings that enable them to fly are responsible for the death. As the body count rises, Anne desperately tries to convince the manager of the resort to call off the annual fish fry on the beach, but he's determined to give his guests the ultimate feeding frenzy. This exciting sequel to Joe Dante's original Piranha also stars Lance Henriksen, Aliens, and The Terminator, and is the directorial debut of James Cameron, Avatar, The Terminator, and Aliens, but basically before he got fired from it. So I believe that the executive producer Ovidio Assonitis, who directed Beyond the Door and Tentacles, ended up finishing this one. So this has reversible cover art, but I haven't opened it yet. I haven't opened anything since I've been pretty busy lately. And then just one more new thing. Is Massacre Video's DVD Blu-ray combo of Enter the Devil, and this is the first authorized release. There had been a manufactured on-demand disc and digital download that's still available from Something Weird Video, but it's just full frame, and I guess it's pan and scanned. And then I believe Sinister Cinema put out a full frame DVD-R, and then there's one or two other bargain bin DVD labels that put it out, thinking it was a public domain movie, but this is copyrighted stuff. And I believe this, underneath this, there's reversible cover art, because this is just a slipcase. And I ordered this from Grindhouse Video Tampa. Limited Collector's Edition Enter the Devil. Following the mysterious disappearances of several travelers in a rural part of southern Texas, a detective and a scientist from a nearby city are sent to investigate. Made to immediately feel unwanted by the locals, they soon discover the remains of one of the missing, but in doing so they begin to sense that something sinister is afoot in the desolate community they've entered. Determined to uncover the truth, the duo quickly finds themselves faced with an unimaginable evil, a terror linked to Satan himself. Massacre Video proudly presents the Blu-ray debut of Frank Q. Dobbs' low-budget regional chiller Enter the Devil, aka Disciple of Death, newly restored from a recently discovered internegative. Special features 2K master from the original 35mm internegative, sizzling bonus feature Frank Q. Dobbs' California Connection, the erotic adventures of Peter Galore, that's in parentheses, so I'm guessing maybe that California Connection's the same as that. Erotic Adventures of Peter Galore, and Disciple of Death, an interview with David Cass, Video Nasty scholar Kim Newman talks Enter the Devil, extensive still gallery, removable English captions, and then trailers for other Massacre video releases. So I'm guessing there's no trailer for Enter the Devil. It's unrated, 83 minutes, 1972 color, and it's in a 1.85 widescreen. It's not listed as being region locked. There's nothing about it being region locked. So it looks like all special features are standard definition. So I had to get. Reason I pulled out my thing. I pulled out those stacks was because these two DVDs I had in my bookcase, Piranha and Piranha 2. So, just a quick recap, and then I'm going to show off everything else I pulled out. From Shout Factory, their Blu-ray edition of the music-themed movie Roadie, starring Meatloaf and Alice Cooper, and then the Scream Factory edition of Piranha 2, The Spawning, and then Massacre Video's DVD Blu-ray combo pack of 1972 Texas horror film Enter the Devil. So DVD and Blu-ray combo. So that's it for the update. So now, just for fun, I'm going to show off everything else. It's an out-of-print DVD. I showed this earlier, Roger Corman Classics Piranha, the original. And then the Sony DVD of the pan and scan full-frame version of Piranha 2, The Spawning. And then some other goodies from my collection. Roger Corman's Cult Classics double feature, Christina Applegate in Streets paired with Angel and Red. Not really much on this disc other than just getting to see these two movies in 1.78 widescreen, and then trailers for each. And then another Roger Corman Cult Classics DVD set put out by Shout Factory, Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2, and then Barbarian Queen and the Warrior and the Sorceress. And it's just a bunch of widescreen movies. But it looks like there's a bunch of extras, though. But it looks like most of the extras on here are for the two Deathstalker movies. And then I've got Trailers from Hell DVD, Volume 1, the Best of Trailers from Hell, Volume 1, which has, as an extra, the public domain horror flick, The Vampire Bat, plus the cartoons The Haunted Ship and The Headless Horseman as extras. And then from Synergy Entertainment, The Monster Club presents Festival of Frights, just a bunch of old horror movie trailers. As a special feature, alternative audio track with party music score. And then the DVD plus CD edition of Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. And then Scorpion releasing DVD, I believe it's out of print, Follow Meets documentary about a few teenagers going and surfing. Region 0 and 1.78 anamorphic widescreen, rated G. From 1969, 80 minutes, just has the trailer. It's only extra. And then Shout Factory 4-pack. I've had this for a while, I haven't opened it. Bulletproof, starring Gary Busey, and then Bamboo Gods and Iron Men, starring James Englehart, and then Track Down, starring Jim Mitchum, who was in Thunder Road, and then Scorchy, starring Connie Stevens, but this is the cut version as Scorchy. It's listed as being rated R, but it's pretty sure it's a slightly cut up version that's in full frame. So only 2 of the movies on here are widescreen, and the other 2 are full frame. There's a Blu-ray out now, Scorchy, that's anamorphic widescreen, but I heard they put the original soundtrack back on here without getting the music cleared, so the Blu-ray edition they had to change the soundtrack for legal reasons. Music was never cleared for Scorchy when it went to home video. And then another Roger Corman's cult classic, Star Crash, and this is the reverse artwork. It's 2 DVDs and it's full extras. And look, you can see the Millennium Falcon, which I don't think you see in the movie. Isn't that reverse artwork pretty cool? Underneath this other disc, the regular artwork. And then one of the last ones in the Roger Corman line from Shout Factory is a biker gang movie, Naked Angels. It's full frame, but it's a decent full frame. It's supposed to be a widescreen movie, but all they could get from Corman was a full frame transfer, but it's decent for a full frame. Looks sharper than a VHS, but would still be nice to see this in widescreen, even though it's not the greatest Corman movie out there. Still is worth seeing. So no extras, and there is a menu on here, but it's just a screen. The menu's just a screen capture of the opening scene with the only option to play the movie. So it's not really worth it. Not really much in there. Just a poster, and underneath the DVD is just another alternate poster artwork insert. And then out-of-print DVD, Plan 9 from Outer Space that Passport Video put out. And Passport Video's a budget DVD label that's no more. This has extras, it's got trailers, and then the Ed Wood story where they interview all the people that were in the Tim Burton Ed Wood movie, and plus they interview the original Vampira, and there's an old interview with Bela Lugosi when he was still alive, and then Johnny Legend talking about actor Tor Johnson. And then Warner Brothers DVD of House of Wax, starring Vincent Price. It's a 2D version, and it's got the original movie from the 30s, Mystery of the Wax Museum, since this was a remake of that. And there's extras, there's trailers, House of Wax premiere newsreel. And then the Warner Archive DVD-R of The Green Slime. no extras on the DVD, but no, the Blu-ray has the trailer, and it's anamorphic widescreen. And then Full Moon Entertainment's Blood of 1,000 Virgins, which it's just basically a movie trailer compilation where they have Playboy Playmate Nikki Lee hosting all these old movie trailers from the 70s. And this is anamorphic widescreen. Region 0. And it's got Grindhouse Mega Mix video by Mike Diva, Awesome Grindhouse trailers, and Charles Band Grindhouse intro, and then Nikki Lee interview. Then Roger Corman movie. I believe you can still get this, but so maybe in the future, since Shout Factory bought up the library from Corman, this will get a Blu-ray. It's a comedy. It's like a teen sex comedy mixed with horror fantasy, sci-fi horror fantasy. And it's either like a high school kid or a college kid dies, and then he comes back as a ghost. He haunts the school. This is rated R, 90 minutes long. I believe it's just full frame, so it's probably just open matte full frame. And it's got the trailer. Digitally mastered, scene selection, interactive menus, original trailer. And then one that will be out on Blu-ray soon from Severin, but this is the HBO Films original DVD version of George C. Scott and Trish Van Devere in The Changeling. It's anamorphic widescreen region 1 locked, closed captioned, subtitles English, French, Spanish, English Dolby Surround audio, rated R, 115 minutes, and then just extras, interactive menus, cast and crew, bios, subtitles, and chapter selections. Two more. Warner Brothers DVD edition of William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist, the version you've never seen. It's anamorphic widescreen. It's got a bunch of extras, mainly just trailers though, and just some talent files and like little like essays, like text, some sort of like essays or articles in text. They're in text form that kind of go behind the scenes of the movie. And this is the extended cut, so it's 132 minutes long. And I believe this is region, yeah, that's region 1. And one I never opened, but I do have the Blu-ray as well. The Scorpion releasing DVD edition of Silent Scream. Region 0, 1.78 anamorphic widescreen, rated R. And it's from 1980, 87 minutes. It's got full extras. So I will turn it around. Let's see. That's not going to show up, I don't think. Let me see what I could do. Well, I could zoom in, but that doesn't really... Well, it's got a bunch of extras, but I think I've gone on long enough, so that's the end of my DVD and Blu-ray update for July 2018's Part 4, and if I get anything else in the mail, there will be a Part 5, but I'm kind of doubting that I'm gonna get that replacement DVD anytime soon. So I'm Tim, and thank you for watching. Okay, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off. Turn off.